So this is a video on some specialist bolts I made, which are going on the Pontcyssyllte aqueduct near Llangollen. So I made these out of 12mm round stock, and I actually swaged them to shape. I do wish I'd filmed the making of the swage, because it would have been quite interesting, but I didn't. So, good, nice even heat, nice hot heat on the stock. And I actually rough out the shape on the power hammer. It just makes it a bit easier on the spring swage. So forge down the end to a square, then round, then octagon, etc. So it's purely arbitrary where I'm putting the set down on the end. I'll just leave myself with extra material both ends. So I'll do this in one single heat. And that's why it's quite important to get it quite hot before starting. And the spring swage will just take it down to final dimensions with a tapered head at the end. You can tell I got a bit of a cold at the moment, I do apologise for that. So I went down to quite a low heat at the end, and that's just so the spring swage can plenish the material quite nicely. Next stage is I'll just measure them up and cut them all down to the same dimensions. And these things are just meant to be dropped into a countersunk hole and then bolted down from the other side. And pinned over a bit to imitate a rivet. Because there are lots of tourists around the aqueduct, canals don't really want to be doing hot works up there too much. So hence not putting real rivets in. Plus most of the structure of the aqueduct is actually cast iron. So it might not like parts being heated and pinned down. So with all the forge work done, I shall head over to Llangollen and I will literally knock off the scale, clean up the metal on the shank of the bolts, and that just makes it a bit easier when I come to putting the thread on them. Clean up the ends as well. Make sure the head's squarish. Once the bolts are dropped down into the countersunk holes, the heads will be ground down a bit more anyway, so it's not massively important, but it does look a bit smarter. So, next stage, stick a thread on there. And these are M8 bolts. So I snapped my die holder a long time ago, so being a bit of a redneck, I'll do it in mole grips. Please don't send me hate mail I know it's bad. So I tend to wear gloves for this as well. Don't like oily, greasy fingers. Takes ages to wash off. Not very good for the camera either. So I just started it on there and put a drop of oil on. It doesn't show on camera, but I do use quite a bit of oil to preserve the teeth on the threader. And it's like threading a hole. Do half a turn and then quarter turn back to snap off the swarf. You can get machines for this. I can't actually afford one yet. One day maybe. Take it as far down as it'll go and wind it back up. Sorry, this is a bit of a boring video this week. I've taken a week off to recharge my batteries a bit. So knock off the any swarf stuck to the threader tool. Quite important to keep that clean between bolts. And then just clean off any swarf and oil, excessive amounts of oil which are stuck to the bolt itself. Then move on to the next one. There we go. I think I made 30 of these altogether. Quite a stress-free little job. It's quite interesting making the spring swage. And it's going to preserve the integrity of a historical monument. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.